Hey everyone, Felipe here. Welcome to another Tower of Saviors card review video. In this video, I'll be taking a look at the new Ultimate Stage card, Mastery of Colors, Schrakh. This is an Earth Elf card with a CD7 skill and the following effect. For 2 rounds, Elf attack and recovery multiplied by 1.6. Sticky runes will be nullified, and when moving runes, any runes touched will be transformed into Elf runes. Furthermore, when the team has the same recovery basic value, the monster's attack gets an additional times 5 attack multiplier. And if an enemy is defeated while the skill is active, the number of rounds that the skill is staying in play will not be reduced. This means that as long as you can kill enemies, this skill will remain active infinitely until it runs out. So you can keep this skill active as long as you kill enemies every single round. In my opinion, this skill is pretty good and very suited for an ultimate stage boss. First effect is just a basic boost, attack and recovery. It will help you kill enemies easily, especially those that have higher HP and higher shields. It can help you overcome that barrier. For sticky runes, this is going to be a pretty good addition for elf teams. Right now, the most viable earth leader or elf leader will be Pandora, and elf leaders don't really have a way to ignore sticky runes in their team skills yet. So having this card will help you ignore sticky runes, especially in a Pandora team, since she's the most viable elf team right now. For the third effect, the Elf Rune Trail, it will be pretty useful because elf runes have a higher damage multiplier than regular runes, and it also helps get rid of muck runes as well as lock runes. However, for some reason, since it's not enchanted, it will not work on mask runes. This is something I found the hard way. If it's not an enchanted trail, it will not get rid of mask runes. So if you have a full masked board, you will transform the runes into raise runes, but it will not reveal them, which got me killed basically. However, this skill is still pretty good to increase your damage as well as getting rid of muck runes and weekend runes. For the fourth effect, as long as you can kill enemies, the skill will still in play. This is really good, especially for a CD7 skill. It means that you don't have to wait the entire 7 rounds to keep this active skill ready. You can keep it for longer as long as you kill more enemies. And in my opinion, having this effect active will increase your damage by quite a bit. So having it active for longer is also a really good plus in my opinion. Additionally, the times 5 attack multiplier will make this card a really good burst option and help you deal a pretty high amount of damage against the enemies you encounter in the stages. You might be asking, having the entire team have the same recovery basic value might be a hard task. However, keep in mind that, as I said before, Pandora is the only viable elf leader right now. Pandora has a team skill that synchronizes every elf's recovery value as long as she's present in the team. So this condition will be satisfied really easily as long as you have Pandora. However, if a new elf leader gets released in the future, this might not be true. So Schrakh actually comes with her own team skill where if there are elf members of 3 or more attributes in the team, all elves will have a synchronized recovery, which means that you will be able to activate the 5th effect or satisfy the 5th effect condition just by having Schrakh in the team. And this is going to be really good because there are a lot of elf cards that get additional effects on their active skills if they have the same recovery value. So for example, we have Merlin, in which you will recover HP based on the damage you deal and also launch extra dark attacks. You have Yang Yu Huan, which will reduce the active skill CD of your cards. You have Diablo, which also gets a bonus effect when your recovery value is the same. Valanthi, where she will share her effect with neighboring members if they have the same recovery basic value. And also Furla and also Silosient. All these cards will get bonus effects when the team has the same recovery basic value. So having Schrakh in the team and synchronizing your recovery will be really good. And speaking of Valante, she will be a really good pair for Schrakh because Schrakh has a ×5 attack multiplier and Valante gives the neighboring cards a ×3 attack multiplier, which means that this monster will have a ×15 attack multiplier, and it will be a pretty good burst option and a big chunk of damage if you can keep the skill active for more than 2 rounds, which with a ×15 attack multiplier, you will be killing enemies really easily in my opinion. The only thing holding this card back is that the only elf leader that we have is Pandora, and her attack multiplier is slowly going down against the current stages and the new stages that we get, since we're getting new black gold cards like Baal and Ziyo. So her attack multiplier is pretty low right now, so we will be waiting for the next elf leader to see this card in its full glory. For other team compositions, based on her effect, she only boosts elf members, so she is only really suited for a mono elf team. So in this case, I would suggest just running her in a Pandora team, and maybe power release flower series whenever they come. But yeah, in my opinion, it is definitely worth getting a dual max copy of this card. I'd say only one copy is enough. You don't need to spend resources to get two. Since elf cards benefit from having different utility cards, having two of the same card is not really their style. Plus, you want to have different attributes in order to trigger her team skill. But yeah, overall, this card is pretty good, and the active skill is pretty good in my opinion. Just get one dual max copy and it will be good to sit in your inventory for Pandora or for any future elf leaders that come out. But yeah, that's all I had for this card review. If I said anything wrong or if I missed anything, please let me know in the comment section. And as always, stay tuned on my on my YouTube channel for more Tower of Saviors content. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone!